Hey Cali gang, what it do? So today we're gonna be reacting to The Truth Is, alright? They are speaking about new Diddy lawsuit confirmations of what he did to Justin allegedly, alright? So this is a little bit of an old video, but you know what? Better late than never. Alright, and yeah, let's just get into it. The video is about 12 minutes, but this video may be about 15 minutes. Not really sure how we're gonna do commentary, but yeah, so let's get going.
2024 has been a terrible year for Diddy. Since the start of the year, it's been downhill for him. Victim after victim has come out exposing Diddy left and right. By now, everyone expected him to be in jail for what he has done, or at least facing some kind of criminal case. Instead, he's still running around living his life as if nothing ever happened.
Exactly.
Recently, Diddy was hit with another lawsuit, claiming that he was trying to set up a trafficking operation. An operation that was allegedly going to be used to transport his underage victims. Now, these allegations made against Diddy seem to confirm what people think he did to Usher and Justin Bieber. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where
What
I
it
drop
do, Truth Is?
every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about the new lawsuit made against Diddy. Let's get right into it.
Let's get into it.
According to
Let's
many
talk about it.
and law experts, Diddy will be facing an indictment anytime soon now. Considering all the allegations made against him, it's insane that it hasn't already happened. Out of all the allegations made against Diddy, the worst have to be the ones about him with underage people. Many allegations have been made about Diddy this year, with some of them being about his involvement with underage people. For years it was rumored that Diddy may have had an inappropriate relationship with Usher when Usher was in his teens. It is believed that Diddy might have taken advantage of Usher when he was sent to live with him to develop him as an artist. It was also rumored that the same thing happened to Justin Bieber, who was sent to stay with Diddy for 48 hours.
I will say this, when it comes to rumors, like, you can take it with a grain of salt, but if more than 10 people are saying the same thing, I hate to say it, but it's probably not a rumor. Think about that. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know as to when I post good up to date, so we can make our transition to a full-time YouTuber. All right, we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we have a few thousand more before we can make the transition, so I can give you guys up-to-date content in real time, just all around better content. But I'm sorry, I had to get that out. But let's get back to the video. But yeah, to put a pin in what I said. Think about that for a second.
Justin has been open about the damage the industry has done to him, with many people believing Diddy was a part of causing that trauma. While this was being talked about on YouTube and behind the scenes, it all remained just rumors, as there was no proof of it happening, or even Diddy being into them young. In 2024, that all changed after one of Diddy's victims, Lil Rod, filed a lawsuit against Diddy, not only alleging horrible crimes he did to him, but also alleging that he did to underage people. In the lawsuit, Lil Rod had accused Diddy of routinely having underage girls at his house for his parties. He even claimed that he witnessed Diddy hooking up with these girls. On top of this Lil Rod lawsuit, a woman also came out and sued Diddy for SA, alleging that it happened when she was only 17 years old. This victim, who was going by Jane Doe, claimed that Harv Pierre, who was working for Diddy, recruited her to come back to New York City and hang out with Diddy at the studio. Harv met this girl in Detroit and flew her to New York City on a private plane. This is when Diddy allegedly gave her substances and then took her into a bathroom to have his way with her. The girl then claims that Harv and another man joined in afterwards. On top of this, another girl, Lisa Gardner, came out and sued Diddy.
Really? In the bathroom? Really? In the bathroom? Like, come on, that's disgusting. People are disgusting. Like, just disgusting.
The same type of activity. She claims that when she was 16, she was invited by one of the members of the group Jodeci to a record label party. At the party, her and her friends caught the attention of Diddy and Aaron Hall. She alleged that Diddy began giving her drinks to get her drunk. She then claims that Diddy and Aaron invited her to join them for an after party at Aaron Hall's apartment. The girls agreed and were then taken to the apartment, where Diddy and Aaron took turns R-wording them. After they both R-worded each girl, Lisa claims that they put their clothes on and ran out of there as fast as they could. All of these allegations point to Diddy being into them young. Not one, but 3 different accusations stating that Diddy was interested in underage people. On top of all of this, new allegations were just made about Diddy that seems to further this narrative of Diddy being into them young. It couple days ago, the media started to report that Diddy was once again being sued, this time by a member of the Sinaloa cartel. According to a lawsuit filed by Alfredo Gonzalez, Diddy was trying to set up a trafficking...
Hold up. So, wait, you mean to tell me cartel, like, gang members were, like, trying to sue him? Really? Y'all came out of hiding and out of the mystery of protection, the protection of mystery, because nobody really knows half the time what the gang looks like. All right, just gonna be real. Wow, he must have been really doing something for people that are supposed to be behind the scenes and stay behind the scenes. They come out on paperwork when they're known for doing illegal activity. Diddy must have been doing something. He was doing something, because people like that don't come out of hiding for no reason. Like, think about that. Another thing to think about. 2 things to think about so far. We're not even 10 minutes in.
Organization. The lawsuit filed by Alfredo, who is currently behind bars, claims that Diddy's business partner reached out to him on behalf of Diddy. He claims that he and Diddy formed a business relationship that went bad when Diddy made some dark requests. According to Gonzalez, Diddy asked him if he could transport underage people to their cartel operations. Gonzalez stated that Diddy wanted these underage people for his parties that he would host. Alfredo denied Diddy's request, with Diddy going on to threaten him, telling him he was gonna make his life hell. After this, Gonzalez claims his business connections abandoned him. Gonzalez is currently serving time in prison himself. If these allegations are true, this 100% confirms that not only Diddy likes them young, but that he has an Epstein-level operation set up, with these underage people being transported to his house parties to entertain him and his guests, just like Little Rod claimed in his lawsuit. Little Rod claimed that Diddy had underage people at his parties. He stated he saw them himself on many occasions. If we listen to Alfredo's allegations, Diddy is paying people to transport these underage people for him. This is how Diddy was getting these people there. Now this random guy who claims Diddy was bringing underage girls by the busload to his house doesn't seem so far off.
Ooh.
O'clock in the morning, it gets wild. I'm his neighbor. My basketball over there, I just let it be because I don't want to walk in the door. While Alfredo told him,
Y'all, the fact that a neighbor felt the need to say something, a neighbor of color that is famous and is like a famous athlete had to say something, speaks volumes, because I'm gonna just keep it real. Number one, people of color don't really mess with the police, investigators, FBI, news, none of that. Like, we don't we don't mess with them. But for the simple fact that someone felt the need to step in and say something, and he's like, yo, y'all need to do something, speaks volumes. And he didn't really put himself out there. Like, he put himself out there enough to where I'm pretty sure if people know him, they'll see him, be like, oh, snitching a little bit. But at the same time, like, it's not, because it's minors. It's inappropriate. It's not okay. And the fact that he's doing this is like, would you want this to happen to your daughters? Diddy? Huh? Because at the end of the day, they're all just regular people. Just because they're famous doesn't make them any special or any better than anybody. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get taken. Anybody can get hurt. Like, anybody. Bullets have no name. They just have a finishing point. Like, just think about that for a second. Third thing to think about.
I am confident this didn't stop Diddy, and he just found someone else to deal with. Looking at all these allegations all these girls made, I believe Diddy had a full-on Epstein-level operation going on.
He had
I'm
something.
pretty sure Diddy was hosting parties for his celebrity guests, offering these underage people to his guests as if they were a beverage. What's interesting, a couple months back, I reported that the Fed...
Y'all, okay, so this popped in my head right quick. So a few months back, right, there was a transcript or something that came out where basically I'm not really sure like who all was involved, but basically like Diddy or somebody will bring the underage people around. The older people, rich people will mess with them, do nasty things to them, and then wake up the next day and be like, oh yeah, you know you fucked a 17-year-old, right? You know they're 16, right? So sign this paper and do this business with me, otherwise this is going to get out. I can't remember where I saw that at, where I read it at, but yeah, the transcript looked legit. Like everything it was saying was really crazy to see. Like I can't believe I forgot that. I'm gonna try to find that and maybe do a video, but if I don't, y'all keep that in mind because it's out there, and I'm pretty sure that's how they get the connections, how they get people to do what they want. They put them in situations, basically set them up in some type of way, in basically an illegal manner. Basically, like, if whatever happens gets out, y'all are done. You know what I mean? So, yeah, fourth thing to think about. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to stop commenting so much.
Have actually been looking into Diddy regarding allegations of him liking them young for some time now. According to statements written on a U.S. District Court filing back in 2011, P. Diddy was being investigated for hooking up with boys that were under the age of 18. This all became known due to the criminal case of James Roseman, otherwise known as Jimmy Henchman. Jimmy Henchman was a manager turned dealer who was busted by the feds. While he was being investigated, the feds offered him a deal that would allow him to get a lesser sentence by cooperating with the feds. Feds wanted information on people in the music industry they were looking into. They wanted Henchman to snitch on some of the illegal activities that have been rumored to have been going on in the music industry. One person the feds wanted to know about was no other than the Diddler. In this proffer agreement between
the Diddler, shut up.
The federal investigator,
I can't.
It stated that the prosecutors asked James about entertainers' preferences, including but not only Sean Combs having relationship with underage boys. This is a real court document, and it indicates that even the feds are well aware of Diddy being into underage people. The feds have known since 2011 that Diddy was into them young, which is interesting to me, as in 2010, Justin Bieber was sent
2011?
This is where this
Shut
now
up.
viral video comes from, showing Justin at one of Diddy's homes looking uncomfortable. In the video, Diddy tells the camera that he and Justin were going to get buck wild crazy. It's obvious Diddy wasn't just doing crimes against women, he was also committing crimes against underage people. Chances are both Justin and Usher were some of Diddy's young victims. This is something that Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Dio seems to confirm. I have shown this clip before, where Gene Dio straight up confirms that Diddy has something going on with an underage Usher. In the interview clip, Gene claimed,
Y'all, Gene be spilling the tea, okay? Like, Gene be putting it out there, and he don't be scared. He don't be none of that. And if you notice, everything he says, he never gets summoned for. They don't give him a cease and desist. None of that. Similar to Jaguar Wright. I'm going to say it. She is unapologetic in what she says. She is, you know, I'm going to just say I think she's honest. I believe her, because at the end of the day, she's never gone to court for that. No one's tried to say they're defaming them. No one tries to say cease and desist serve. No one gives her a gag order. Like, none of that. She says what she says, and no one says anything. So I hate to say it, but Jag may be speaking a lot of facts, and people are looking at her like she's crazy, but it's okay. It's okay, because there are some people that believe her, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
that Diddy put Usher in the hospital after hooking up with him.
Right, Little Roy alleges that, Diddy told him personally that he asked for Usher. And when you look at the lawsuit, they got Usher name redacted. You can tell who it is because they described him as a guy that performed at the Super Bowl. Right. So, we all know who that is, man. How you feel about that, man?
Well, I mentioned that earlier. He said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling, I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay, he mentioned how great and how good Buff taught him and everything, you know what I'm saying, about the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation, and that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass. Bro, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in this robe. She gave him a shield right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a shield. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was
That is,
As you heard for yourself.
that is freaking disgusting. Oh, y'all. I would never ever want to mess with an industry person, okay? It's just too much. It's too much. They be into some nastiness, alright? Crazy.
Diddy's own bodyguard confirms all of the allegations. It appears that Diddy definitely took advantage of Usher.
New York City. I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
The crazy thing, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? And you went to something called Puffy Flavor Camp to learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah, that's what it was called. You're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
In the 90s, understand what that's like?
Puffy Place was like just filled with chicks nonstop, right?
No, not really. But there, hey, it was curious. I got to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
saying?
went there, this lifestyle,
Right.
and I saw it. And I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't call
I ain't
you?
say that.
Okay.
I just said what I did say is there were very curious things taking place,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't necessarily understand.
That's where
Mary
I
Kate
was
Blige, they didn't know nothing about this. I was having a good time.
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you just at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
He said, hell no.
Usher sent Justin when he signed them to experience the same thing.
Think that I was
Right.
just living in this shame and all this sort of stuff in my past, and I wasn't able to move on.
Do you think the person that you of then was on a path of self-destruction?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah, it would have been no. It was bad. I don't know if I'd be alive for sure. Just think about how young I was and so impressionable, and have everybody telling me how awesome I am at all times. Like
I hate to say this, but I'm just gonna say it. Alright, I feel like Usher didn't really care too much about Justin and sent him to Puffy Flavor Camp because he was just like, oh, well, he's a boy and he'll get over it. He got money. He's good. I don't know. I feel like Usher could have maybe protected him a lot more. It sucks that the industry was like that. Basically, they gatekeep and it's like, do this and I'll do this. Like, everything is transactional, whether it be actual or just money exchange between parties. Everything's transactional. Nothing seems genuine. You know what I mean?
Putting a kid in a room with nothing but sweets, right? And just saying, I'll be back in 2 days.
exactly. I just want people to understand psychology behind why I potentially have problems in my life. So.
This is obviously some twisted hazing ritual that he got going on. This is what he was referring to about wanting to party with Fabulous. It's terrible to know that people like Gene Deal were aware of this, but only chose to speak out about this now. Gene Deal knew that he was a monster for over 20 years and stood quiet about it all. Everyone in the industry stood quiet because most of them
Exactly.
were guilty. Just take a look at the
Facts.
pictures of Diddy at the all-white parties. Look at the celebrity faces there. We are talking about the biggest A-listers in Hollywood. They were all there while Diddy had underage people there for nefarious reasons. This is Hollywood's worst kept secret because everyone knows it's happening, but it's just ignored because these are the richest
They do.
people in the world. All of
Facts.
the evidence points to Diddy being into them young. Just think about how many victims like Justin Bieber Diddy really has. How many boys did he initiate into this bad boy lifestyle? Even after all these allegations were made, some people still defend Diddy, refusing to believe the allegations made against him, brushing it all off as haters trying to bring him down. The thing is, these allegations go back decades. This has been the rumors about Diddy since as far as I can remember. Those
Facts.
in the music industry, just like Hollywood, are into them young. This is exactly what Diddy is showing us. Diddy and many many others in the industry are participating in this disturbing activity. This is what the elite of Hollywood are into behind the scenes. Even if all these allegations lead to nothing, we can't just forget about them. Diddy needs to be held accountable, if not by the law, then at least by the public. We must not allow him to just Diddy bop his way out of this one. We
Diddy
know
bop.
about the evil he has done, and we know what he's really up to. Women and children aren't safe with the diddler running around. Honestly,
No, they are
I'm
not.
praying for all of Diddy's victims. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. But before you guys go, I just wanted to ask you guys to like, comment, and share this.
All right, y'all, so let's get into some final thoughts right quick because this video is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. Sorry about that. But yeah, I remember hearing so many crazy rumors about Diddy all the way from the early 2000s, like literally. And the fact that those rumors carried for 15, 20 years speaks volumes. The fact that he's just running around like nothing speaks volumes. It's sick and twisted and disgusting. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think there's some truth to this? Do you think not? Like, I just want to get y'all's opinion. But I do appreciate you guys checking out this reaction with me. Please like, comment, subscribe. Excuse me, hit the bell notification so you know if that's when I post, get up to date. All right, help your girl's dream come true of becoming a full-time YouTuber. We have a few thousand subs to go and a lot of watch hours to complete, so help your girl out. But yeah, stay safe and blessed, y'all. Bye.